Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Lockdown Live Sessions with me, your glamorous host, Mr. Callum Lucas. We covered a lot in the first half of the show. We looked at what domestic violence is, how a victim can notice whether they're in a domestic violence or domestically abusive relationship, and how friends and family can notice if something is not right. Now, in the next half of the show, you've got me for another 25 minutes. So in the next half of the show, what we are going to be looking at, we are going to be following on from how I ended things before the break. We are going to be looking at how friends and family can support a victim and how they can reassure a victim that they are there for them, that they are there to talk, etc., etc. We're also going to be looking at domestic abuse support and resources, which I will touch on very briefly because there will be a post going up at 10 o'clock this evening with regards to all of the support, or some of the support, that you can get should you be affected by any of the issues raised in tonight's show. We're going to be touching on my top 5 film and TV of the week in about 10 minutes time. And then I'm going to tell you all about what's coming up on tomorrow's show. So, before the break, we were talking about how friends and family can support victims of a domestic violence or domestic abuse relationship. So, I've got 4 little pointers as to how that can happen. Number 1, as I've said, is reassure the victim that you are there to support them whenever they're ready to talk. Don't pressure them into talking, and let them come to you. Now, number 2, when they eventually do have the courage to come to you, it's a big thing. It takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of guts. So when they do have the courage to come and talk to you, reassure them that you'll do your best to keep them safe. Reassure them that you will do your best to keep them from harm and in good hands, and help alleviate their fears by suggesting things you could do together if they and you are able to, in order to help them to start their journey of recovery when it comes to recovering from being in a domestically abusive relationship. 3, be patient. Suffering at the hands of domestic violence is traumatic, as I've mentioned in the show, and it's a scary thing. Victims may not want to say anything straight away, so stick with it. Don't pressure them, as I've said, and they may be slightly more withdrawn and maybe slightly snappier than what they usually are. So keep reassuring them, keep reminding them that you're going to do your best to make sure things will be better and slightly more okay than they have been. Stay calm and stay patient. Now, you've got to listen to them, even though you may think a particular solution, such as calling the police, may be the best and easiest solution. It may often not be for someone suffering from domestic abuse or domestic violence. So listen to them. Let the victim lead that part of the conversation. It must be led by them because they are the ones in the end that will make the final decision as to what they are going to do. And there is a little bit more to that, which is, if you as friends or family are struggling after a disclosure related to domestic violence, there is, get some help and get some support. Check out some of the information and resources that I will be popping up on the page a bit later on this evening. Get some help, get some support. There are loads of domestic violence and abuse charities and some that work with friends and family too, as well as the victims themselves. And a lot of those websites will have what they call a quick escape or a quick exit button. Now, what that means is that if you need to shut down that website quickly before someone knows, rather than kind of clicking the X in the corner on your laptop or on your phone, you can click a button and it will completely take you back to your homepage. You won't have to worry about it coming up next time you open your phone. So, as I've said, if you do have any support comments, any opinions, anything like that, please do pop them in the comments or message the Lockdown Live Sessions page, and I will do my best to help and support with those or point you in the right direction to do so. So I am going to break away a little bit now from the domestic violence stuff. Just to tell you about the brand new Chinwag YouTube channel. Now, it's called Chinwag because originally that was what this show was going to be called, but unfortunately lockdown pushed things back, so we've called it Lockdown Live Sessions because I still wanted to bring you a series, and I wasn't going to let coronavirus stop me from doing that. So I changed the name a little bit. But Series 2 will be called Chinwag, which will technically be Series 1 of the main show. This is technically a sister show to the main show. So Series 1, so to speak, of Chinwag is something that I'm going to tell you a little bit more about in next Sunday's show, which is on the finale. And then there'll be a big announcement in a couple of weeks' time. I think it's on the 18th of August. I will double check because I have written it down. Which will be live on YouTube, where I will tell you, everything you need to know about Series 2, air dates, end dates, specials, all of that, guests. If I can confirm at the time, guests, all of that sort of stuff will be in the promo video, which I believe is on the 18th of August at 8 PM. I will double check that, and I will confirm it on the Lockdown Live Sessions page, along with the link. But in the meantime, every Monday and Friday, you can find these episodes uploaded to the channel, just to get the channel moving, get the channel going, give anyone a chance that hasn't got Facebook to watch these shows, and to give those that have seen these shows on Facebook a chance to watch them again. As well as the little promo in there about the shows, there'll be a few different bits and bobs over the summer when we finish next week. Can you guys believe next Sunday is the final show? We've got one more show tomorrow, and then we've got the final show next Sunday. Now, that has gone round quick, and to think that we're on episode 5 already, and to have had such a great response has been fantastic. So again, I do want to thank you guys for sticking with this, for sticking with me, and for supporting me. And in the meantime, guys, if you can like and share this page, subscribe, like and share the videos on the YouTube page. I'll pop the link up again tonight. Let's give this show the momentum that it needs, and let's start Series 2 later on in the year with a bang and with a great audience, some of which will be you guys watching this evening, I hope. The last thing I kind of want to touch on tonight when it comes to domestic violence is something that I touched on quite a lot over the past few weeks, is support. Now, as you guys know, we are a topical chat show, so there are some shows that will require me to stick support, advice, information up on the Lockdown Live Session page, and tonight is one of those. So, what I've done is I've compiled a list of support networks and support sort of resources, telephone numbers, websites. I'll pop some into the status for you guys. Relate is on there, some stuff from the Citizens Advice Bureau, and there's some numbers and some websites that you guys can go on if you're struggling that are related to domestic abuse. They're either related to domestic abuse or are specific domestic abuse charities. So if you've been affected by any of tonight's issues in this show, as I said earlier on, please do check out that post. It should be coming at you about 10 o'clock this evening, and we will, and together we will kind of fight to help get domestic violence heard a lot more, get people sort of learning about just how often it takes place and just how common it is, and you guys, most importantly, can get the support that you may need to either get through domestic violence or domestic abuse as a victim, or as a family member or friend that knows someone that's going through that. So, we are on 9:45. Now, hasn't the show gone quick? They always seem to go really quick when I do these shows, which is great, because they are really fun to do, and I really do kind of enjoy doing these. I appreciate the fact that you guys enjoy them as much as I enjoy making them. So we are going to move on now to the top 5 film and TV of the week, which is actually my favourite moment of the show every week. I get to tell you guys, some of the stuff that I've watched, some of the stuff that, that I've watched in the past, that I've kind of revisited in the week, But I do want to say that it will work slightly differently tonight. Now, because we've got a double bill this week, as you guys are aware of, tonight's top 5 film and TV of the week, I'll be doing as stuff that I watched from the past week. So anything from the last time I saw you, which was 2 weeks ago today. 2 weeks ago today, it was the last time that we were together. Right up till Friday of this week, I picked 5 different things that I've watched in those 2 weeks to give to you guys. And tomorrow, I'm going to give you 5 top 5 TV and film that I recommend that you guys watch in the week coming up, that we can then revisit on the final show on Sunday. So, at number 5 this week, we have got a documentary about Jimmy Savile. It explores the rumours and allegations surrounding Jimmy Savile, both while he was alive and posthumously since he has died. Louis Theroux is running that. He's the one that's hosting that, and he talks to victims and explores the rumours and the allegations that were made against Jimmy Savile, both while he was alive, as I said, and while he's dead. It's called Louis Theroux Savile, and it's available on Netflix now. So if you guys are into documentaries and interesting and eye-opening documentaries and ones that are insightful, do head over to Netflix and give that a watch. Number 4 now is RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. Now, All-Stars 5 came to an end last week. I'm not going to give away the winner for those of you that haven't already watched it, but it was a really cracking final. For those of you that haven't watched RuPaul's Drag Race, it is normally a group of between 8 and 10 drag queens that are fighting to become, in this case, America's next top all-star superstar. The original series is also American, and there have been spin-offs in the UK, in Canada, and very soon in Holland. So it was a massively closely fought final between Jujubee, Shea Coulee and Ms. Cracker. So if you guys are into Drag Race and you've been watching All Stars, you haven't seen the final, head over to Netflix, it's on there now, and you can see who wins and let me know what you think. All 12 seasons, of the regular Drag Race series are available, and seasons 4 and 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars are also available on Netflix. Number 3 is available on BBC iPlayer now. It's called Critical Intensive Care. So what that documentary is about is it follows the lives of doctors, nurses and their patients that they treat on the intensive care ward at the Royal Gwent Hospital in Wales. Now, it is a real-life documentary about a real-life intensive care ward, and it is cracking and it is massively eye-opening. And if you are into medical documentaries, then do honestly give that a watch, because it is definitely worth it. Now, number 2 is a film that is available on Disney Plus, and also if you have Sky or Virgin, it is also available on Sky Movies, and it's Mary Poppins Returns. So those of you that watched the first film for Mary Poppins know that she visited the Banks family. She taught them what it was like to be children, using imaginative games and fun and all sorts to really get them involved and look after them and show them the meaning of what it was like to be a child. Now, since then, the Banks family have grown up and they've had children of their own, and Mary Poppins does return to give them the same experience. Now, together with her friend Jack the Lamplighter, fun is brought back to the streets of London in every way possible. Now, it is a family favourite. Mary Poppins is always a family favourite, and it's a great sequel to an old-time classic. Now, number 1 on this week's top 5 film and TV of the week is on ITV Player. Now, honestly, if you missed this the first time round, it is absolutely cracking. It's called Quiz, and what it is it's a drama that investigates what really went on in the 2001 scandal on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with Major Charles Ingram and his wife Diana and a member of the audience. Now, for those of you that don't remember, Major Charles Ingram, his wife Diana, and one of the fastest finger first contestants were involved in a scandal on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that involved coughing. Major Charles Ingram was in the hot seat with Chris Tarrant, and on right answers, every question, when the right answer would come up, either Diana or the contestant in the fastest finger first row would cough to signify the right answer. to get Charles Ingram through to win the £1 million. Now, he did make it to the million, but later on that got the check for that got cancelled because they found out that actually he was committing a fraud. Now, it is a fantastic fictional retelling of a true event, and honestly, guys, it is 100% worth a watch. Do give it a watch. It's a 3-part drama. It's on ITV Player, and you can see it. It's available now. So do again give that a watch and let me know. Let me know what you think. Now, Rose has given the abuse, which I believe the abuse helpline, which I believe is on the post that I'm going to put up. But we're going to read it anyway. It's the National Domestic Abuse Helpline. So for anyone that's struggling with domestic abuse, do feel free to give this helpline a call. And that number is 0808 2000 247, and that number again is 0808 2000 247. So if you're struggling, guys, do give that number a call. Quiz does enter my top 5 film and TV of the week, and there'll be another 5 coming your way tomorrow night at about 9:45. So it's now 10 to 10, and we are very nearly at the end of tonight's show. So, as you guys know, we have got a double bill this weekend, with the second of this double bill coming tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, right here on the Lockdown Live Sessions page. And in that show, what we're going to be talking about is the importance and reliance of technology during lockdown. So we're going to look at how technology has become important during lockdown, whether people think it's more important or less important than it was before lockdown, whether people are more reliant on technology during lockdown, and whether they feel they're more reliant or less reliant on that since the lockdown started. We're also going to be looking at cyberbullying with relation to domestic violence and domestic abuse, and how cyberbullying can play a part in a domestic abusive relationship, and in what ways. As Leicester, we are in a local lockdown. We've opened up a little bit more, and there have been other parts of the country that have joined the local lockdowns and joined Leicester in being the next to be locally locked down. So we'll be having a look at that. We'll be having a look at some of the updates coming your way on that one, as I know that there are some changes taking place in various different places on Monday. I know a lot of them have been cancelled, but particularly in Leicester, there are a few rules that are slightly relaxing from Monday. So we'll go through all of that on tomorrow night's show. You'll get my top 5 film and TV of the week as normal. You will get a little bit of a rundown as to what we're going to be doing over the summer whilst Chinwag is off air. We'll touch on that a little bit tomorrow night, but we're going to go into it in more detail next Sunday's finale night. And we are going to be looking, I'll be giving you guys a little bit of a rundown on my first run for the 100 miles in August Teenage Cancer Trust Challenge, which I'm going on straight after this show. So I will give you guys an update on that run and on how that goes, how far I managed, how much I've got left to hit my goal, etc., etc. And there will be posts whilst we're off air on that front as well. But we'll be going through all of that tomorrow, and I will also be telling you about what's coming up and what I've got planned for next Sunday's final show. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed the show today. I really hope that you've learned something, or that you are now a bit clearer on what to do if you're faced with a situation of domestic violence, either as a victim or as a member of friends or family. It's really good to have you guys with us, those of you that have joined. Now, our penultimate show is tomorrow night at 9 PM, right here on the Lockdown Live Sessions page. So if you guys are wanting to, if you guys enjoyed tonight's show, do come back tomorrow night. It'll be really good to see as many of you as possible. In the meantime, as I've said, please like and share this page, and subscribe, like and share the YouTube channel, which I'll post a link to later this evening. But until tomorrow night, guys, I've been Callum Lucas. You guys have been a fantastic audience. Thank you very much for watching this show tonight. Take care, and good night.